Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga section. I'm here today to bring you the review for Fairy Tale chapter 445, and this chapter is in essence just about Zarif and Makarov's conversation. Before they do get into their conversation, we do get to see 4 out of the 12 Spraggan, like these super powerful mages that they're supposed to be. But right now, I don't really care about that. I don't really care about these 12 mages as characters. All I want to see is why they're so strong. I want to see some impressive magic out of them. So until then, they can just shoot, and get me. But yeah, as we get into the conversation of Zarif and Makarov, this is where we learn some very important things, and today I did have to note it down just in case I forgot something. So there might be times where I'm looking at my notes, so just bear with me, guys. So the first thing I do want to mention is that we learned that how Zarif built this country that he's at from the ground up. Basically, when he started, it was small, and then as the time went on, like, it just got bigger and bigger, basically. And I think, I'm not sure if it's been said or not, but I do think that this is like Zarif's like hometown. I think this is the town where he grew up, where he was little, and you know how he wiped out his whole town. I think like this is the place where that was, and he started up his country there. I'm not sure, like I said before, I'm not sure if this was said or not, but yeah, this is what I think. The case may be. After this, we learned that how Zarif is after Lumi History, and we find out that this is not his true name, and his true name is Fairy Heart. And we learn that this is, part of that trio of fairy tale magics. How you got fairy lore, fairy glitter, and now we know the third, and I think it's the final one, and it's said to be the most ultimate one, the best one, which is Fairy Heart. And as I thought we was going to learn some more about Fairy Heart, that's where Hero locks it off, and that's the end of the conversation about it there. You just know that Zarif is after it, and that it's the ultimate fairy tale magic, and I'm guessing that it must be fairly strong if Zarif wants it, because we learn some more stuff as the chapter goes on, and if he wants it, and if he wants this magic to help him for his cause, then I'm guessing it must be fairly strong. The second thing I want to talk about is how our Fairies invaded Ishtar before. We learned that in this chapter that this wasn't Zarif's doing. We find out that some of these 12 Spraggan, the unruly, basically, in the chapter it says, Zarif says that they don't know the meaning of no, and we find out that they are the ones that started this war, and it wasn't. And we just basically learn throughout the conversation that Zarif wasn't really concerned about Ephron and Faze. He knew that if he went up against them at the time, he would have came across a few casualties, and he just wanted to basically avoid that at the time. So that's why he didn't want to fight at that time. But when things got out of hand for this first invasion, he did step in and stop it. The next thing I want to talk about is how we just basically learn how that all this time Zarif has been gathering an army, and he says in the chapter itself that this army is now strong enough that Ishtar and the Black Dragon won't be a problem for it. Now you need to stop and think about that for a second. He said that this army is strong enough to take on the Black Dragon, and now argumentatively the most impressive mage in Fairy Tale we have seen so far is Gildarts, and Gildarts had problems with the Black Mage. We saw what the Black not the Black Mage, sorry, the Black Dragon. We saw what the Black Dragon did to Gildarts. It murked Gildarts, and so far Gildarts has been shown to be the strongest mage in Fairy Tale the series. So if this army is strong enough to take on this Black Dragon, then wow, they must be rocking some serious strength. But it also goes back to this also may go back to the fact that how we know Zarif wants Fairy Heart, and this magic might be powerful enough to counter dragons. So I'm saying, so it might be that what Zarif might be saying is that how he needs the Alvari's army and Fairy Heart to be able to counter the Black Dragon, but none of this has been confirmed as of yet. And yeah, in essence, so throughout this whole conversation, we have learnt that Zarif wants to start a war, and this war is the Dragon King Festival that we've been talking about all this time beforehand. It's been mentioned in previous chapters. It's been said to be coming, and we now know what it is. It's going to be a war. Well, I suppose we didn't know what it was before, but it's going to be a war involving Ishtar. You know, Fairy Heart is going to be involved somehow, some way. The Dragon King, Acknowledgia, and we know that the Alvari's army and Zarif is going to be involved, because Zarif's been preparing the Alvari's army for this very cause. But I still don't understand how this ties in to how Zarif wants Natsu to kill him. I still don't get that. And if I've missed something, I apologize, and if you could drop it in the comment section below, please tell me, because I still don't understand why Zarif wants to do this war, but on the other side he wants to be killed by Natsu. The way I'm starting to see it now is that maybe this whole Dragon King Festival is Zarif's plan to make Natsu strong enough to kill him, maybe, because yeah, just through the Dragon King Festival alone, and I don't know, maybe there's some demon thing that we don't know about yet, because about how maybe demons get stronger with anger, or maybe Zarif wanted to make Natsu angry and that anger would be a trigger to opening up some hidden power that Natsu has that we don't know about, maybe, because we know in this chapter that Zarif was doing it. He was just about to kill Makarov just before Mess hopped in, and he blatantly said in this chapter he's doing this to see what Natsu's reaction would be. So maybe that's the whole reason for the Dragon King Festival. The last thing I do want to mention is that so at the very end of the chapter we see Mest, and he hops in, he teleports in, and he's able to save Makarov. I don't have a problem with that. I actually forgot that Mest could teleport, so it didn't ever occur to me that Mest could just teleport in, grab Makarov, and then teleport out. I fully forgot about that. My problem is how did Mest know where to teleport? There is no reason whatsoever that Mest should have known that Makarov and Zarif were on the top of the tower, whatever, having this conversation at this exact moment in time. So this whole thing was a bit too super convenient, and in essence just outright fake. That needs some justification, because right now I'm like, nah, that shouldn't have happened at all. Very end of the chapter, you see Zarif heading towards, not Zarif, you see Natsu looking towards Alvari's empire. So it's looking like that Natsu's going to go over there now and talk to Zarif or something like that. I don't know. But the smart thing would be to do is for them to leave. They've in essence, right now, they have accomplished their mission, and their mission was to get Makarov back. They have done that. So the smart thing for them to do right now would be to leave. Are they going to do that? Hell no. They ain't leaving right now. But yeah, for my rating, guys, just for the fake ending, you know, I'm not totally convinced how they got Makarov out. I'm only going to give this chapter a 3.5-star rating. But like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.